Hello guys, I'm Advocate Krishma Sangvi, your law mentor at IMS. Today I'll be guiding you with regards to your form filling procedure for your CLAT 2022 paper, which is in the month of May. All right. So this is for those appearing for the CLAT 2022 aspirants basically. Dates have been announced for the 5-year program. CLAT examination gives you the admission to 22 NLUs that are eligible for this particular examination. Held by the consortium of NLUs, basically held at Bangalore. Exam date is on the 8th of May 2022. Registration window, which started from the 1st of January, is open till the 31st of March. So do not be in a hurry to fill up the form. Take your time, understand it before you start filling the form as well. Different programs that are offered at the NLUs. Firstly is your BA LLB honors, BSc LLB honors, BCom LLB honors, BBA LLB, and BSW LLB honors. These programs are offered at various different NLUs. Not all programs necessarily are offered at all the NLUs. So those will depend from NLU to NLU. Eligibility when it comes to appearing for the CLAT 2022 examination. There is no age limit. Any student, regardless of whatever their age is, can appear for the CLAT 2022 paper. The marks that are required for the qualifying examination, that is a 12th grade, that is 10 plus 2, right? Or any equivalent examination. Basically, your 12th grade, you should have secured a minimum of 45% of your marks or its equivalent grade in case you belong to any general, OBC, PWB, NRI, or PIO or OCI categories. If you belong to an SC or an ST category, the percentage of marks minimum required is 40%. Next, students who have not appeared for their 12th standard examinations yet, but will be appearing this year, that's 2022, are eligible to appear for the examination, the CLAT examination, in May 2022 as well, right? Even if you're still about to appear or have already appeared, but you've not gotten the results yet, you can still appear for this examination. At the time of admission, though, you will be required to produce a proof that you've passed the qualifying examination. If you're not able to provide that proof, then your admission stands cancelled or you will fail to have an admission. Selection process is done simply once the CLAT scores are announced, right? The CLAT results declared, post which you can start filling your preference order. When it comes to breaking of the tie, when the marks are equal between two candidates, first, the higher marks in the component of the section of legal aptitude will be considered. So whichever student has the higher marks in legal aptitude will get a higher rank. If the legal aptitude marks are also the same, then higher age student. And if that also is the same, then lastly, a computerized lottery or a draw of lots will help them select the candidate and the rank will be given on that basis. Dates that you need to keep in mind for your CLAT 2022 online registration, 1st of January it started and goes up to the 31st of March 2022. Examination Sunday, 8th of May 2022. Result dates have not yet been declared by the consortium. Once it has been declared, we will share that with you as well. The test paper pattern remains similar to that of CLAT 2021. Maximum marks, that is a 150 mark paper. Duration is 2 hours. They've not made any changes there. MCQs, the entire paper is an MCQ, what you've already been practicing. 150 questions, 1 mark each. There is a negative marking. You lose a 0.25 mark for each wrong answer that you attempt. Subjects, the division of marks amongst the subjects. English, 28 to 32 questions is what you expect. That is roughly 20% of your paper. GK, including current affairs. So basically your current affairs and general knowledge. 35 to 39 marks or questions are something that you expect in a CLAT paper, roughly 25% of your paper. Legal reasoning, similar to that of legal, your current affairs and GK. 35 to 39 questions, 25% of your paper. So these two form the major chunk of your paper. Legal reasoning, 28 to 32 questions, again 20% of your paper, while quantitative technique, is roughly 10% of your pay. Before you start with the form filling process, this is something that you need to keep ready. Firstly, a passport size photo. Just make sure it's a recent one and not a very old one. Format JPG, JPEG format is something that is accepted. You will also require a signature, so a photograph of your signature, again in a JPG or a JPEG format. If you do not have one, you could simply just sign on a blank sheet of paper and scan it or take a picture of it. HSC or your 12th standard mark sheet, if you've already appeared or if you've already cleared your 12th. So if the results have already been declared, you will also be required a mark sheet of your 12th grade. If you're applying under the SC, ST or OBC category, you will also require a category certificate. In case you're applying through the PWD category, that is person with disability category, you will require a relevant certificate which is issued by a competent authority. BPL, that is below poverty line students, will also require a relevant certificate issued by the competent authority. In case you're applying through any domicile or applying for a reservation through domicile, you will also require a domicile certificate from your state. This is a simple performer that you can apply through the respective district and get it issued for you. This will also be required to be submitted at the time of admission base. Coming to the registration aspect, when you go to the website, the official website of Consortium of NLUs.ac.in, you will see on the right side to either log in. If you've not already registered, you will have to register yourself here. So you click on register, post which you'll have to fill in simple details about yourself, basically your name, your mobile number, your email ID, and create a password for yourself. Make sure the mobile number and the email ID that you provide, you have access to them at all times, because these are the way they are going to connect with you. Any information regarding your CLAT paper, you will also require your mobile number and your email ID. So make sure these are active and you have access to those. Also, when you are generating a password for yourself, make sure you write it down somewhere so you do not lose it or forget it on a later date. Once that is done, click on register and you will be asked to, a pop-up will turn up and you will be asked to put in an OTP that you receive on your mobile number. Once you do that, your account will be activated, right? You'll require your mobile number and the OTP that has been sent on your registered number. Once that is done, your registration is completed and then you log in to fill in the form, the application form. Use your mobile number and the password that you've generated and click on login. After you've clicked on login, you come up to the registration page wherein you will need to select undergraduate UG 5-year LLB course. Select this, not this. This is for LLM students. The other one is for LLM students. What is applicable for you is the undergraduate 5-year LLB course. Select that and you click on apply for CLAT 2022. Make sure you read all of these guidelines before you move ahead. Next step requires you to fill in your personal information. This is where you will be required to fill up your or upload your photograph and as well as your signature. Your name as in your 12th standard certificate, right? So basically they require your entire name or your full name. Then you select your gender, your date of birth, parents detail, right? Your mother, your father, your nationality, right? Any reserved category, if you're applying through those, you select it under All India category. So if you do not belong to any reserved category, you select general or the one that is relevant. If you belong to an NRI reservation, if you want to apply through the NRI reservation, then you will select that particular category. EWS is for economically weaker section of the society. If you do not belong to that, you select no. Again, if you do not belong to the NRI sponsored category, you select no. Person with disability, if yes, there is a requirement for which and only then you can. So 40% or more disability are the only ones who are going to be eligible for this reservation. If that is applicable to you, select yes, or you move on selecting no. If you selected yes and you require a scribe, which is basically a writer, you will select yes. If not, you go on with no. If you fall under the below poverty line category, again, as applicable, and in the domicile state, the state that you belong from. If you're not applying through a domicile certificate or a domicile category, you can select no. Communication details requires your entire address along with your PIN code. This is again important because communication can be sent through at your registered address. If your correspondence address is different from your permanent address, then you will make sure that you select or enter them accordingly. If it's the same, you can just select the same. You can just put the same address both ways. Then coming to qualifying examination details, this is where you're going to put in your 12th standard information. So depending on your 12th is whether you are an arts, commerce, or a science student, or any other faculty of 12th standard, you will select that. The board of the university that you are currently in. So if you're, for example, HSC student, you put the Maharashtra State Board of Secondary and Higher Secondary Education. Accordingly, depending on what state you belong, you can put in that name. If you've appeared for the examination or will be appearing for the 12th standard examination, you select appearing or appear. The month of passing. So usually most examination results, the final examination results are out in the month of end of May, first week of June. So you can put in June and then you select the year of passing 2022. Your percentage, if you've already received, if you've appeared and passed for the examination, you will have your percentage and you can put in your percentage here. Students who had 2 board examinations, right, you can still select appeared. Do not select pass because you're still not done with your entire 12th board examination. You can still select appeared or appearing. This is the center preference wherein you will have to go to the center and give the examination. So select the one that is closest to your place of residence. Secondly, the one which is next closest, and the third again in the how close it is to your place of residence. Lastly, any reservation that you require. So this is for different NLUs. As already mentioned, each different NLU has a different domicile or reservation category that they require. So accordingly, whatever category you select, make sure you look at the brochure provided by the respective NLU and see what all are the requirements for your applicable category. And in case they require any documentary proof for that, you will have to produce that at the time of admission as well, right? So make sure you look at these brochures that are there available on the website of each NLU, right? And then select accordingly. Once your reservation details is completed, you can select, give your consent to it, select, put a tick here and submit the form. After you're done with the submission of the form, it will bring you back to the main page where you see the current status of your form. So if you see it, if you've not paid the fees yet, it will be submitted but pending, right? Or the payment pending. If you've not completed the form, if you're not submitted but filled up the form, accordingly the status will change here. In case that you require to edit something, you can click on edit application, go back to the form and make the required changes. Once you've gone through the form, verified the information that you've put in, right? Select make payment. And this is where it takes you to the payment link. If you want previous year papers, you can select yes, and then the fees will change accordingly. If not, you confirm payment and proceed to online payment. At this point, you require your mobile number again and the registered email ID. Next, select a suitable mode of payment, right? And then it will take you to the payment gateway and accordingly you make the payment there. After the completion, make sure that you check that the application status is submitted. You do not require to fill the entire form in one sitting. Take your time. check and make sure the information that you've entered are all correct, okay, and you've not made any mistake. You can save and continue with the form later in case you're not sure about any particular aspect of it. After you're done with the payment, after you're done with the submission of the form, make sure you retain a hard copy of your application form. You can print it out as well as your fields. The registration number, your contact, your phone number that you've registered with, the registration number of your application, and your password for the same are something that you require. So make sure you retain it somewhere, write it down if required. We'll soon be helping you out with the form filling instructions for other law entrance examination as and when they come out. Do subscribe to the IMS GSL YouTube channel for all the related updates for your law entrance examination as well. All the best. Wishing you good luck. Thank you.